I'm General George Casey. I'm the Chief of Staff of the Army, and you are watching USARJ This Week.
Hello and welcome to another edition of USARJ This Week from the beautiful island of Okinawa, Japan. It's the beginning of December and military bases all over the world are getting ready for the holiday season. And here at Torii Station in Okinawa, they're getting ready for the annual tree lighting ceremony. Light 'em up! Oh, hooray! Okinawa, Japan! We're here at Kadena Air Force Base's Keystone Theater getting ready for a joint service NCO induction ceremony to include the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force.
Today we had a joint NCO introduction ceremony among all the services, including the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and the Army. And it was a combination showing the year of the NCO, how we all work together as an NCO Corps to do joint operation, truly purple battlefield. And so everybody get an opportunity to show what we do our left and right counterparts. And the reason important is that it brings us together as a team and show that how we operate. Like tonight the NCO creeds were stated. We learn from each other what is important and also know how we do ceremony, traditions and customs that go along with each ceremony.
And I think I speak for all parents. If something had happened to my son, I wouldn't want to talk to his general. I wouldn't want to talk to his command sergeant major. I want to talk to the person that works with him and teaches every day. I want to talk to his non-commissioned officer.
Because the sergeant is the one that is with him every day, all day. And I would ask that sergeant a couple questions. Did you train my son? Did you teach my son? Did you discipline my son? Sergeant, did you love my son like me? And so for us old soldiers especially, when a young soldier becomes a sergeant, a non-commissioned officer, it can get quite emotional. And it's certainly an emotional day for me. The importance of an NCO induction ceremony is when we take the time to celebrate a young soldier from becoming an enlisted person to a formal leader. He goes from taking orders, to giving orders. It's important to me because it's the first rank where that young leader is responsible for America's sons and daughters. And I expect those soldiers to take care of our sons and daughters like a parent would. They are to teach them, train them, discipline, and teach them how to be soldiers.
One thing about I like to add for is the NCOs, I'll challenge everybody to get to learn their battle left and right, what they do, and get indoctrinated in how they operate. Because we can't work in a vacuum. You have to be aware of what your counterparts do. You can't be afraid. You got to be open your closet up and say, this is what we do, and share the ideas. And I challenge every NCO, as year the NCO comes to an end officially, but it's always a year the NCO in my view. It's a continuous for standards, discipline, and taking care of one another, and keep pushing the charge forward to build a joint community. That's my charge, and I want everybody to do. And keep enforcing standards of each one that creates and live it day to day.
No one is more professional than I. I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. As a non-commissioned officer, I realize I'm a member of the time on the Corps, which knows that one gun. I am proud of the Corps non-commissioned officer, and will all times direct myself so as to be ready upon the Corps, the military service, and my country, regardless of the situation in which I find myself. I will not use my grade or position.
Here at Kadena Air Force Base with the 1st of the 1st Air Defense Artillery, we had a chance to speak with Battalion Commander Lieutenant Colonel Jen Eichhoff about the role and mission of the 1-to-1 ADA here in Okinawa.
ADA is a forward-deployed PAC-3 Patriot Battalion. It has approximately 650 soldiers, and it is our job to provide air and missile defense to joint critical assets here on the island of Okinawa. What's unique about 1-1 ADA is that we are embedded with the 18th Wing here at Kadena Air Base. Ultimately, we are one team, relevant and ready, focused on regional defense, supporting a strong U.S. and Japanese alliance, and committed to communities of excellence. PAC-3 is the world's most advanced and technologically capable terminal air defense missile. What's great about PAC-3 is that it has what we call hit-to-kill technology. In other words, it defeats tactical ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and aircraft by body-to-body contact. PAC-3 also greatly increases my unit's firepower capability. The basic load for a PAC-3 launcher is 16 missiles versus 4 for a PAC-2 launcher. ADA has approximately 650 soldiers divided up into 6 companies or batteries. I have 4 Patriot firing batteries, a headquarters and headquarters battery, and an organic maintenance company. 1-1 ADA has been part of the United States Army Japan team since August of 2006. The unit has been here approximately 3 years on island, and we are happy to be part of the USARJ team, Ichidan. All Patriot batteries are required to conduct semi-annual gunnery certification. This certification is a culmination of a unit's ability to execute multiple tasks simultaneously. It ensures that the Patriot system is configured properly, that crews can fight against the air-breathing threat, be it tactical ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, or aircraft without committing fratricide, and that soldiers can conduct missile reload operations both with a 10-ton forklift and a guided missile transport. I'm proud to say as the 1-1 ADA commander that all of my crews are technically and tactically proficient and absolutely capable of conducting our mission.
Don't go away, we'll be back in a few minutes with more of USARJ This Week.
Stay tuned!
Here at the Jabana compound in Okinawa, Japan, we're going to learn about the mission of the 505th Quartermaster's Battalion. And I can already tell you, these guys are proud to pump.
Proud to pump.
505th Quartermaster Battalion is really the heartbeat of all fuel operations here on Okinawa.
The 505th is the operating agency for bulk petroleum here on Okinawa, Japan. Our mission is to serve as the executive agent for all DoD services bringing bulk fuel to the island of Okinawa. We have a long and proud history. We've been over the petroleum operation for 64 years since the end of World War II, and we just have a proud reputation here in the Okinawa community. As governed by Title 10, the Army is the executive agent for fuel here in Japan. The 505th Quartermaster Battalion is the one that executes that bulk petroleum mission. The 505th is the last remaining bulk petroleum pipeline in the Army's inventory, which makes us unique and singularly extraordinary. We have all ranges of 92 MOSs, 92 Foxtrots, which are field handlers, as well as 92 Limas, which operate our surveillance laboratory. Our mission is to receive, store, issue, and surveil bulk petroleum on behalf of the Army to issue to all other services.
We have 92 Limas that are assigned to our unit. Those are laboratory technicians that are school trained at the Quartermaster Center and schools to provide surveillance on all of our fuel that we get from our tankers.
Our job is to test the fuel that is received by the 92 Foxes on island. We have satellite labs in Tingan, which is on Camp Courtney, and White Beach. And whenever fuel comes in for our tankers, we go there and we draw samples from their ships. The most common problem is, I would say, would be a corrosiveness, which usually leads is inside the tanks that it's coming in. Corrosiveness of the actual tanks gets into the fuel. So when we do the test, it comes up as a high particular contamination, which means it'll clog up the fuel lines. And so that is probably our main concern when it comes to fuel. That's the biggest problem if we have one.
The 505th capabilities include 2 offshore mooring distribution centers, a single point and a multi-buoy mooring, which are on the east side of the island. They're located in Ken Bay. That is the Pacific side of the island. That is typically a body of water that is less turbulent and less affected by storms, so that's where we receive our deep fuel tankers. On the west side of the island is where we have our discharge locations and many of our tank farms. We have Chimawan Tank Farm, which is our largest, Kue 1 and 2 tank farm, and we also have points at Fatima Corps Air Station as well as Kadena where we distribute our fuel. The biggest part is our environmental consciousness. We work very hard to ensure the local populace that what we do and the magnitude by which we move petroleum, we do it safely all the time. We have a great partnership with the local Fishermen's Association because we have many of our mooring receipt locations out in the bay. And so we've built great reputations and friendships amongst the local community that basically allows us to do the job that we do. We have a very large visible asset, and it could be very vulnerable if you were operating in an environment where you weren't a friend. And so we've built a great reputation on Okinawa of being a neighbor to our host nation. And I think that's what makes us the winners that we are. Aside from the fact that over 2/3 of this battalion are, again, host nation support. And so we've shown them over time, over the years of our operation, that we're good stewards of this resource, we're environmentally safe, and we're good people to work with. The 505th is an absolutely diverse group of professionals. We call ourselves passionate professionals who satisfy our customers at every turn and are environmentally safe and very good neighbors to the Japanese community. Being the last bulk petroleum pipeline in the Army's inventory, we share just the unique distinction of being an ardent and proud unit with a long military history, serving from the end of the World War till present, doing the nation's bidding, ensuring that we're combat enablers for whatever we have to do for the defense of Japan as well as the well-being of the American democracy.
Fueling the warfighter on Okinawa, Japan. Round of applause!
We're here at Torii Beach in Okinawa with the Torii Station Fire Department. And what they have here is a hovercraft that can be used for sea rescue operations anywhere in Okinawa. So, Let's go.
僕たちはUS アーミー沖縄消防隊で新しく購入したホーバークラフトです。水陸両用で、潮が干潮の時でも船を出せるという利点があります。沖縄の海っていうのは特に夏場なんですけど、干潮になると潮が引いてリーフが上がってしまってジェットスキーしたボートもこのビーチから出せないんですよ。実際に漁港の方に行って降ろすとかそういう時間がないので、ホーバークラフトだったら陸からそのままリーフの上を走っていってレスキューできるという利点があって購入しました。今日のトレーニングは水難救助のトレーニングで意識のない患者が海で流されているということで、陸の方から海に入ってその人をレスキューして戻ってくるという想定の訓練でした。訓練は、毎日消防署の方でエンジンルームの中でエンジンはかけてるんですよ。で月に2回実際に今日のように海の上で要救助者を想定した訓練を月に2回行っております。そうですね、バランス取るのがとっても難しいんで、やっぱり訓練はとっても大事だと思います。管轄は僕らトリーステーションのビーチがメインなんですけど、他の民間の消防でもそうですし、他のマリンとか嘉手納の方でそこの所属の兵隊がもし海で事故に遭って救助が必要とあればどこでも行きます。僕らですね地元の民間の消防と援助協定も結んでるんです。それで向こうの方から要請があればいつでも交互に相互に助け合うという協定があるので、日本人の方でももし要請があれば出ることになっています。
It's that time of year, the Army-Navy football game in Okinawa. We got a pep rally, we got a fire. Who's got marshmallows? Go Army, be Navy! All right.
your champions. The Army team on Okinawa.
Hey, what a great win. Fantastic tradition. Super competition on the field. Like last year, it came down to the last few minutes. And I can't be more proud for any of these players, whether they're Army or Navy. Navy had a great team. We prevailed like we should have. Go Army, be Navy. But the great thing is, at the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters in arms, and we're on the same team. Hoo-ah!
Well, that's all for USARJ this week. We hope you've enjoyed this week's show from Torii Station in Okinawa, Japan. Stay tuned to the Command Channel for daily updates of what's going on in the USARJ community. I'm Jim McGee, and we'll see you with the Army, culture, sports, and more from the land of the rising sun on the next edition of USARJ This Week. Thanks for watching, and remember, Army strong.
One team.
Ichidan.
Have you been a good boy this year?
I've been a very, very good boy this year.
And what would you like again for Christmas?
Well, can I ask for my friends first?
Sure.
Can you bring Janine a I Dream a Genie in the Bottle room set?
Okay.
And can you don't bring Major General W a bag of coal. You can just bring him a rusty nail, and he'd be happy with that.
I will take care of General W.
And all I want is LSU to win the Capital One Bowl against Penn State.
I think we can arrange that.
Thank you so
It's
very
a Cajun
much.
thing.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.